welcome back to Sinfully Bookish. I'm Cynthia, and today we are going to be doing my February/March book haul because I have no self-control and because it's a lot. So some of these books you may have seen on my March TBR. I had another video that had all the books that I hauled, but it got lost in translation. So I'm just combining the two to get them all together, and it really brings to light my unhealthy habits. But without further ado, let's get started. So first I'm going to start out with my ARCs that I got from work. I work at Books A Million, so they send us ARC like every other shipment or stuff like that, and I take them home and read them. An ARC is an advanced reader copy. It's also a great way to expand my reading palette because I tend to read a lot of young adult fantasy, fiction, romance, and stuff. So by getting an ARC, I'm able to open my horizons, broaden my horizons, open my expansions. Words. So the first is Memorial Drive by Natasha Trethewey. This is a daughter's memoir. It's about a girl who her stepfather shot and killed her mother and just how she pulls her life together and stuff. It's a really short memoir, and I don't normally read memoirs, so I figured it'd be a good little read, you know, real quick. This is going to be on sale July of this year for $27.99, and it's available from Harper Audio and HarperCollins. The next is Pretty Things, a novel by Janelle Brown. This one is going to be available April 21st, so this one's coming out real soon, for $28 of May of 2020, and this is about two wildly different women, one a gifter and another an heiress, are brought together by the scam of a lifetime in this page turner from the New York Times bestselling author of Watch Me Disappear. It's not too long, but this is an adult fiction by Random House, and I thought it was pretty, so adult fiction, yay! The next, I do separate my used from full price, you know, the differentials of secondhand books. So the first one I'm going to start off with that I got is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. And this is a book, I don't really know what it's about, I just like the cover. It's from two different perspectives, and I have Victoria Schwab, but I've never actually sat down and read her books, so yeah. The next one is the second book from Veronica Roth from Carve the Mark, and this is The Fates Divided. I haven't read either of them. However, I didn't want to read the first one without the second one because the first one brought up a lot of controversy about like racism and stuff, and I was like, well, if I'm going to read them, I'm going to read them back to back and then decide how I like it together as a story versus one book and then the other book. So The Fates Divided. Also, she's coming up with a new book, and I actually have the ARC for that. It's Veronica Roth, The Chosen Ones. This one actually, I read the first couple chapters, and I feel like this one is a lot better than her other ones' growth as an author. However, this one is on sale. This one comes out April 7th of 2020. Actually, Fairy Loot is doing an exclusive edition of this one that's hardback with the edges are sprayed, and it's really cute, but I don't need more than one. Write that down because you'll never hear it again. The next one is The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capita, and I got this one because I got this one, and this one I bought because I was like, oh, that's a really pretty cover. Oh, that's a cute little story. And then on the back it says the dramatic conclusion to the romantic gender fluid fantasy duet that began with the brilliant death. Can't have one without the first one, Cynthia. So I got the first one. I actually found it at Second and Charles for like $6. But so this is the first one, and then going into our regular books, this is the second one, The Storm of Life, and I just thought it was really pretty. It's a once in a lifetime love, duty to their country. First one. Second one.
When you held those books up, it cut off the top, so if you want to hold them a little lower.
First one.
Up a little bit.
First one.
Yeah.
Second one. In that order. There's actually a different cover for this book if you get the paperback. It matches this one, but I mean, they match close enough. The next is Nevermore by Neil Gaimen, and this one is actually Noria Reeds did a art inspired video, and I was like, oh my god, that book is so pretty. I have to have it on my shelf. So It's got art in it, and it's so pretty, and I had to have it on my shelf. But it's just a little hardback. It is an adult fiction, but the art is just so pretty, and I have to have it on my shelf. So it comes on my shelf. It's so pretty. The next one I got is Hex Life, which is a, what do you call it, an anthology. When more than one person writes in the book. It's just 18 tales of witchcraft from the mistress of magic. And the reason I got this book was because it literally says, these are tales of witches, wickedness, evil, and cunning. Stories of disruption and subversion by today's women you should fear, including Kelly Armstrong, Rachel Kane, and Sherilyn Keenan, writing in their own best-selling universes. These witches might be monstrous, or they may be heroes, depending on their own definitions. Even the kind of hostess with the candy cottage thought herself as a hero of her own story. After all, a woman's gotta eat. And that just sold me on this book. So it's also really pretty and shiny. The next two I've already read, but I had to include them because I got them in, what's this month, March? I got them in early March, because if you know about Webtoons is doing their app on your phone or tablet, whatever, and you can pull up like comics and stuff on it, like on your phone, Webtoon, and it pulls up like comics and stuff. Well, there's an artist on there who did the Rose and the Dagger series. I'm sorry, the Wrath and the Dawn series. Sylvester Vital. Anyway, they do the Wrath of the Dawn, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I've seen these books. I used to have them in hardback, but I didn't get into them then, and I guess it was just because I don't really know why. So I got them both in paperback, which, you know, I don't like paperback, but these were actually easier to read in paperback. So the first one is the Wrath and the Dawn, and the second one is the Rose and the Dagger, and they're really pretty and shiny. This one I really, really liked. This one I thought was really, really unnecessary. Like, they could have just been combined into one book and half of this middle part just taken out, because this one talks about the romance of it, and this one is talking about an uprising. This one's about a coup. This one's about love. This one's about a coup. And it's about this guy this prince who is killing off his brides every day, and that's why there is a coup, which I understand, but why couldn't we just make it into one book? Anyway, I'll talk about the ones that I read later, but these were good. This one is by Renee Adia. The next one I got is We Set the Dark on Fire, and this is also a paperback by Taylor K. Miha. And this is a book about a student who is in a school where women are trained to be the perfect wives to distinguished men. However, there's lies and stuff that go on, and I haven't read it yet, but I got it. So, first steps. And I'm trying to go into paperback a little bit more, because these are $10 and not like $18, but books are books, and I love them all. TBH. The next book that I got, I need to stop doing that. Can you tell, like, when I lean?
You're so immature.
The next one I got is The Bone Crier by Catherine Purdy. This one actually recently came out. Like, I think it came out in April. In March. This book, we will have to make our own sacrifices one day, and it will be easier if we don't grow attached to those destined to die. This is about a bone crier, and a bone crier, it's pretty much like zombies, I think. I don't really know, but the bone crier keeps the dead from preying on the living, and that, to me, sounds like a zombie thing. But the artwork's really pretty, and I couldn't pass it up, because the next one I got is Beyond the Shadowed Earth, and this one intrigued me a lot. I love gods and goddesses, like I just love them. Edda is determined to become an empress no matter the cost. 9 years after Edda made a pact with the god of the mountain to rule half the world, her hold on the empire begins to crumble. Betrayed and desperate, she embarks on a harrowing journey to comfort the god and take back her power. However, he is trapped in the center of an otherworldly labyrinth, and Edda must find her way through the circles of death, time, and sorrow to reach him. Yes, please. This one's by Joanna Ruth Meyer, and I actually think this one just came out. She's the one who wrote Echo North and Beneath the Hunting Sea, which I didn't read any of them because I really didn't find Echo North to be appealing for me. But if you guys have read it and you think, you know, it's worth it, let me know. I am sitting on the floor today. I'm actually in my room today because we're painting downstairs, and that's where I normally do my videos, but I cleaned my room. That's rude. I cleaned this corner of my room, so we're filming in my room today. The next one I got was Between the Burning Worlds, and this one just came out. This is the second one to The Sky Without Stars, which I've already purchased. That is really rude. Between the Burning World, this is by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell, and the first one and this one are 3 different versions, characters, people, 3 different tellings of this story that happens in the same world, but it's really pretty. See? The next one I got is The Great Goddesses, and this is by Nikita Gill, and this is just some poetry. I think I showed this one in my March TBR because I'm supposed to read it. And it's just got pretty little artwork in it. Maybe. Yeah, see? Pretty little artwork. And it's just a little poetry book with short stories. This one's the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which means it's black, not white. And this one also comes with like 6 other poems. So, yeah. The next one I have is Mermaid Moon by Suzanne Kokel. And this one I actually started reading. This one, so I thought it was really, I still think it's really good. However, this one, be warned, it is Old English. So it says ye a lot. It takes a minute to read, but it's pretty on the inside. And it's a pretty much Little Mermaid retelling. But this one's threaded. You know how they glue sometimes? This one's actually threaded, and it's just really pretty. The next one, of course, is the Sarah J. Maas, The Crescent City, House of Blood and Earth. And this one I actually started reading too. I can read multiple books at one time, but I can only finish one book at a time. So I will have like 5 open, and then I'll actually finish one within 3-4 hours, and then I'll finish another one that I've already started. But this one, well, everybody knows what this is about. This is about an archangel and a half human, half fae. And I will say that there's this guy in here, I think his name's Connor or Colin or Connor. His name's Connor, and I feel like, spoiler alert maybe, but I feel like he's the Sam in the story, if you guys get that reference. And that semi breaks my heart because I haven't even dove into it. The next one is The Winter Duke by Claire Eliza Bartlett. Remember, these are 2 months put together, so I may have a problem. This one was actually really interesting to me. This is about a girl who survived a curse and now she must survive the throne. And that's all I'm going to read because I still have more books to go through. However, it seemed interesting. I got all these books because they seemed interesting, or they had pretty covers. Some of these I've actually like cracked open and looked at, and they were worth purchasing to me, obviously. Also, I just have an addiction problem. That's the invitation to my uncle's wedding. I'll see you in July. Hopefully all this corona stuff is gone by then, because Jesus. Okay, the next one I got is The Light in Hidden Places, and this one actually is inspired. This one is a young adult. I guess I probably should have went over each category. Oh well. This is a young adult, The Light in Hidden Places by Sharon and Cameron, and this is about a teenager who hides her boyfriend or her boyfriend's family, brother, like her boyfriend's brother. They're in the time of Nazis, so she is, she's German, and she is Catholic, and she hides the Jews while, Hitler's invading, and I really like stories about Nazis. Well, I like stories about the Holocaust because it reminds us how evil people can be, and then you come into the goodness of people and stuff, and I just really like, I like stories like that. We had lost a whole segment in there. I went into a whole detailed conversation, and somebody wasn't paying attention. Somebody wasn't paying attention! But I was talking about if you guys have any recommendations, because, oh, there's true stuff in the back of here. Maybe this is based off a true story. But if you guys have any recommendations, I love reading about the Holocaust, and that's where the conversation came in, was because that's kind of awkward to say. But it's like the phoenix, you know, you rise from the ashes, and this shows that there is good in humanity. That's why I enjoy Holocaust books. If you guys have any more recommendations, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll read them, I promise. Eventually. Maybe. Oh, if you guys liked it. Oh, so I was referring to how, we were talking about.
Ruta series Salt to the Sea.
Yeah.
And Ashes in the Snow. I think that one changed.
And how it makes you cry. They did change the name of it. I don't remember what it's called though. And how it makes you cry. And I was saying, if you want a good cry, you should totally look up on Netflix. You know, since we're all quarantined for the coronavirus, Netflix has a movie called Irreplaceable You, and it's about, well, I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but if you like crying, you should totally go watch that movie, because it's just a satisfying cry. It was beautifully written. It was just beautiful altogether, and it's really worth a watch. It's really good. Anyway, the next book is Ink in the Blood, and this is a cult book where you get, when you join the cult, you get like tattooed, and the ink contains magic or something. But these two girls are like, oh, I don't believe in this anymore, and they leave the troupe, or I think it's an acting troupe actually, but they leave the cult. The divine does not appreciate this, so he actually chases after them and tries to find them, and that's all I know about this book. But I was like, what? Cults? Magic? Sign me up. Here, please. Thank you. So, the next book that I have, and I promise I am down to the last 2 books, but I saved the best for last because I'm really excited about these books. So, the first book is Haven Fall by Sarah Holland, and this is a book, I really bought it for the cover. Safe haven between 4 realms and the girl who swore to protect it at any cost. This is the real reason why I got it. I love embroidering. I like the foil work. I guess that's what it's called. And the cover's really pretty, and it's just gorgeous. You know, if you pre-ordered this and you submitted it to the website, they gave you a necklace, but I was a little too slow for that, so unfortunately I didn't get that. But I love the cover. I like the phases of the moon. It's just really pretty, and I'm really excited to read this one. The last one, I did get to enter into the pre-order thing, and it is absolutely stunning. I am so excited about this book. When I first heard that this book was coming out, can I please have it? Like, I have an angel thing. Like, since middle schoolish, I love books about angels. This is the Raven and the Dove. Well, I actually don't know if they're angels or if they just have wings, but most angels have wings, so connections, context clues. Anyway, it's like this on the inside too, and it is so freaking gorgeous. Like, it's so gorgeous. So the pre-order came with a little poster, so I don't have to like keep staring at this. I can actually hang the poster somewhere. It's just a little postcard actually. But this is a book about a princess longing to be free and a bastard aching to belong. Fate brought them together. Now destiny will tear them apart. And that completes my February-March haul thing, because I don't think I got any more books, and I'm probably not going to get any more books because this is like the end of March. There's only like a day left, I think. Well, by the time I get this up, it'll probably be April, TBH. But ta-da! If you guys like this video, I'll do one every 2 months or every month. I think it'll be every month because this was way too much for 2 months. But like, comment, subscribe down below. I appreciate your time in watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!